All right, hi everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. We're really glad that you all could make it today. It means a lot to us, and we're really excited to show today 5 awesome projects that our students have been working on this past year in Texas Immersive. So if you want to go to the next slide, Logan, I'll kind of talk about our schedule for today. So our first 2 presentations will be the South by Southwest Showcase, Kicking Your Kicks, and then as you'll see on the schedule, we have these group feedback breakouts. So after 2 groups present, 2 to 3 groups, we'll dive into these breakout rooms. And if you're not familiar with how breakout rooms work, there should be a little icon at the bottom of your screen that says breakout rooms. And when it comes to our breakout room time, you would just choose which breakout room you want to go in, and you can talk to the people that worked on the project, get to know them, and have a good convo. So each presentation will run for about 10 minutes or so. Be sure to mute yourself during these presentations so that we don't get any feedback. And we encourage supportive comments in the chat, but please hold off any questions for these breakout rooms. I think that's about it. If anyone has any questions, just feel free to message me or anyone with this nice background in the chat, and we will go ahead and get started with South by Southwest Showcase. So you guys want to take it away?
Thank you guys for coming. We're super excited to start off the showcase, which is super exciting for us. And all 3 of us are in the first class of the immersive sequence, so we're in the audience class. And so we are just getting our feet wet in all of this, but we're super excited to share with you what we have done this semester. So South by Southwest, for those of you that don't know, is a staple event that dates back to March of 1987. The first event had an RSVP of 150, 700 arrived on opening day. What started as a small music event quickly evolved into a massive festival with film premieres, tech showcases, and educational opportunities, and so much more. As the CEO, Roland Swenson states, South by Southwest is a tool for creative people to develop careers by bringing people from around the globe to meet, learn, and share ideas. With this mantra in mind, combined with the research we found and tools we gained this semester, we built the South by Southwest Showcase, an intersection of legacy and innovation. So our presentation will follow this basic outline. First, we're going to quickly describe the personas we found that best embody the people that attend South by Southwest. Then we'll move into our grand reveal of the South by Southwest experience. So with that, I'll hand it over to Wei Ting to discuss some of the research that we did to get to where we are now.
Yeah, thank you, Max. So after interviews and analysis, we divide the South by Southwest audience into 3 main personas. The first persona is the music enthusiast. They enjoy immersing themselves in live music, connecting with artists and music fans, also discovering new music. They'll say things like, live music is like church. You don't get them from virtual events. The music enthusiasts are not interested in joining the online South by Southwest this year and are looking forward to an in-person event in the future. And for the second persona is the volunteer. They are passionate to make South by Southwest a better experience for everyone and have pride at being a part of the community. They are concerned about problems like whether artists are getting paid fairly and how the cancellation will affect the Austin economy. However, they are very supportive of South by Southwest and claiming that they will support it whatever happens in the future. And the last persona is the opportunist. They are people from different industries who are looking for the next new thing. Their main goal is to have meaningful conversation and connect with professionals. Although they are like music and food stand in South by Southwest, they view them as a place to have valuable conversation with others. Unlike other personas, they are curious and optimistic about the online events.
So with that, we built a trailer that best embodies what our experience looks like to give you a bit of a taste of what it would look like if you were there.
Welcome to South by Southwest 94.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get on with it. Mr. Johnny Cash.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to a world where virtual meets physical and history meets present. Time travel is now possible, and we'll show you how it's done. We not only want to look back at the past and reminisce on the festival's history, but introduce the future of live entertainment. Through an interactive museum, holographic performances, and food trucks galore, it's time for you to control the future of South by. Welcome to the South by Southwest Showcase, an intersection of legacy and innovation.
So now before we jump into the experience, I want to give a brief overview of what we described in our trailer. So this is a two-part experience. The first is an interactive museum and then a showcase performance. It's important to note also that we built the experience to be a permanent installation. So that way South by Southwest can be seen year-round. This is the experiential design. First, we want to introduce you to the history of South by Southwest. We will walk the audience through the entire history, starting with the 1980s, ending with the current day and the online experiences that South by Southwest provided this last semester. Next, the individuals will enter into a projection dome in which our concerts will take place. The concert will follow a similar route to the museum, except for taking the participants through history through a form of a show.
Okay, so as your first step in the building, you will see a lobby area that provides space for people to hang out and chill. There will be local Austin food trucks and bars for people to enjoy and gift shop on the side. For the lobby, people could choose to walk directly in the Holodome or Historical Museum, which we will explain in a few minutes. So if you chose to enter the Historical Museum, which is the ring area of the building, you can see the exhibition of poster and iconic items from different periods of South by Southwest, as you can see in the picture. And next page, please. And there will be also immersive technology would be combined with the museum experience. For example, people can explore the evolution of downtown Austin with an interactive map that are designed as a game. There will also be audio tours, in-depth background information, as well as rotating exhibits. So I will hand on the next part to Greg.
Thank you, Wei Ting. So this is the centerpiece of the immersive experience, which is the Holodome experience, as we're calling it. What it really is a projection dome and a stage with a Pepper's Ghost style hologram. This space could be utilized not just for this exhibit, but also as a performance space or as a space that could be used for speakers or other kinds of conferences and whatnot. One of the benefits of this space is that it's active year-round, unlike South by Southwest, which, as we saw during the pandemic, is only a seasonal event that happens once per year. And in the case of a pandemic, shut it down, really crippled its ability to generate income. So that got us thinking that, what if there was a hurricane, a power outage, a freeze that, or something of that nature, they could shut it down as well. So we thought it would be important to have a year-round presence, which could also be inviting to tourists as well as locals who might not be into the whole South by Southwest experience of parking and dealing with all the people, but they could still go in and see a show. They could still go in and kind of experience what they may have missed. So as you can see in this mock-up on the right, there's a DJ performing in this hypothetical projection dome. And on the left is a kind of audience perspective view where you can see the stage in the distance. Next slide, please. And here's a short video example. Thank you. a short video example of what the projection dome could potentially offer. This is footage from Coachella, which had one with seats installed. So that was just a brief sample of what could happen. So in this next slide, you can kind of see the stage is the center of focus here, where we have the hologram in the center, flanked on both sides by a live band and surrounded by a marquee of light video walls. So the idea is that we would have performances in this space from previous South by Southwest performers. In this case, we chose Amy Winehouse, but it could be any number of performers who performed at South by Southwest historically, recreating the performance that they are known for at the event. Likewise, with the projection dome and the video walls, we could create the physical spaces where those events happen, the exact club or the venue, however, enhanced by visuals, points of reference, such as what Austin may have looked like at the time, tweets, video footage, and other kind of content that's been acquired digitally to enhance the experience and thereby kind of thread the historical concept together with a live performance. Next slide, please. And in this slide, you can see the ticket mock-up, which has a AR hologram attached to this QR code. Everyone who buys a ticket would also be able to scroll through this image of other kind of performers and select who they would like to see at the show, thereby allowing us to continue, thereby allowing the experience to constantly be updated with new performers and new events, and keeping it from being the same show over and over again. This is one of the benefits of having a holodome and a hologram experience, is that the hologram, unlike performers, doesn't get tired, doesn't get exhausted. They can play 10 shows a day or one show a day every day. And if the show gets tired, it can be rotated seasonally. Next slide. And finally, we have a hologram photo booth, which would allow people who go to the museum and to the holodome performance to take pictures next to a lifelike representation of their favorite artist from the performance, or even themselves. And here, obviously, is a mock-up from a social media post, what that would look like. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for presenting. And our first presenters, so everyone give them a virtual round of applause. And we're going to go ahead and move straight on to our next project, which is called Kicking Your Kicks. So Kicking Your Kicks, would you guys like to take it away? Go ahead and share your screen.
There we go. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We really appreciate it, and I'm really excited to talk to you about our reimagined sneaker convention, Kicking Your Kicks. So I'm Zane Giordano.
I'm Madison Phelan.
And I'm Megan Key.
So Kicking Your Kicks is a technology-infused sneaker convention that brings the diverse sneakerhead community together for a fun and inviting in-person conference celebrating the art of sneakers while cutting out the stress and frustrations that many sneakerheads feel towards the modern sneaker market. Our technology-driven activations and industry-leading guest speakers will give sneakerheads of all kinds the space to express their love for sneakers while meeting other local sneakerheads and learning more about the history and culture behind their favorite shoes. Just to give some context for who this event is for, I wanted to highlight some of the common traits and ideas that we saw over and over again during our audience research. First of all is the very tangible frustration that modern drop and resale culture has caused. Bots have made getting awesome new shoes harder than ever, and the lucrative resale market has shifted a lot of the discussion around sneakers to be more about the money and the business of reselling than a true appreciation for the art of sneakers. You can see this pretty clearly by looking at the existing sneaker conventions, which are basically just rows and rows of resellers. These frustrations were seen in all of the sneakerheads we talked to, and many said that they don't even participate in modern sneaker culture because of their frustrations with bots and resellers. So we want to bring those people back into the sneakerhead community by focusing our event on celebration and expression of sneakers, not just how they can be used to make a quick buck. On the other hand, something that all sneakerheads love is showing off and talking about their favorite sneakers. So we designed a series of activations that use immersive technologies to give audiences brand new ways of showing off and discussing their favorite sneakers with others. We hope that these activations facilitate natural and meaningful community building for local sneakerhead communities, which have traditionally been very weak and dispersed. One last bit of insight that I wanted to mention really briefly was just how heavily tied sneaker culture is to basketball culture, hip hop culture, and Black American culture in general. These are essential to what makes sneaker culture what it is, and we really wanted to respect that as much as possible as we designed this event. So hopefully you'll see some of that influence as we move through the rest of the presentation.
Should work now.
Changing for you. Changing for
The different sneakers of the world are as unique as the people who love them. But what ties us all together is a love for the shoes. Aren't you ready to ditch the bots, drops, out of stocks, and failed shots at buying the shoes you love online? We've got you covered with the old school experience you've been waiting for, a SneakerCon reimagined. All you need to join is one pair of your favorite sneaks. And who knows, you might even end up with a new pair or two. Register online, where you'll have the chance to show off your collection and let others know your wish list. Hear a once-in-a-lifetime keynote from Michael Jordan, see our exclusive immersive experiences, enter our raffle, and even design your own pair. Best of all, meet, chat, and trade with others who love sneakers just as much as you do. Well, almost as much as you do. Let's bring the conversation back to what really matters, the sneakers. So ditch the bots and join us at Kick in Your Kicks Con, where souls find souls. Coming soon to a city near you.
So prior to the physical convention event, we will be advertising on social media because this is a very digital audience that always is online trying to find the newest drops. Through social media, they'll be able to register online for this event. And through registering, you can create your own profile. On this profile, we have Gary Smith. He has listed his five shoes that he has and 5 shoes that he wants. Whenever you go to this convention, you'll be bringing only 2 pairs of shoes, the ones that you want to trade and the ones that you physically walk in the convention with. On his profile, you can see his Instagram, Facebook, eBay, website, whatever shops or social media or any sort of points of contact you want to put on your profile, you are allowed to. You also can have a little profile blurb about who you are in case the conversation, whenever you meet people at the convention, doesn't get too much in depth. Whenever you register, you also receive a physical name tag at the event. It'll have your 5 shoes that you have and 5 shoes that you want, along with a QR code. And this QR code will ultimately lead you to your online profile. So if you are trading with someone and you see that they have the shoes that you like, or you have the shoes that they want, you can go ahead and scan their QR code, and then you can later trade with them if you didn't bring those shoes, or you can keep in touch. We also provided a QR code to the online mock-up if you want to experience it in real life. As for the activations at the event, we will have a schedule starting at 12. Our cleaning station starts at 12:45, goes out throughout the whole convention. And we have a series of immersive experiences that Megan will go into more explanation in a bit. And we wanted to give an overview of what the schedule is like. Trading and immersive experiences happen at the same time. We want to make sure that sneakerheads who come to the event, they have freedom to choose and how they want to spend their time. If they want to try out our soul scan, if they want to try out our AR mirrors, they're more than welcome to, and they're more than welcome to trade as well on their own time. We will have our keynote speaker, Michael Jordan, as well as other guest speakers throughout the convention. And we will have our raffle at the end, which will ultimately announce a winning custom sneaker and some prizes as well. As for the layout and the style for our convention, this is the overall look and feel. It will be, you walk in and you get your name tag, and then you walk into these doors, and basically you can leave your bag in this little locker room-esque feeling of a room. And you can leave your bag, you can leave a box of shoes that you brought or that you don't want, the ones that you're not trading. You slip on the ones that you want to trade and you walk through the doors. To our right, you would get your soul scan, and then to your left, you will have the trading floor. These numbers represent the shoe sizes, and they are vinyl stickers, like circular stickers that you can stand on and then communicate with those in similar size shoes. And in back, we have our presentation room. And then the pink, we have our AR mirrors. And in the blue, we have our customize your sneaker station. In the orange, we have our throwing it back, old school shooting hoops, basketball games. And in the yellow, we have our cleaning stations. And now I'll pass it on to Megan to go more in depth about what our experiences entail.
Thank you, Madison. So now we're going to dive into the affordances of technology present at Kickin' Your Kicks. Our first immersive tech is the Soul Scan, which provides the opportunity for sneakerheads to leave their mark at our convention. Sneakerheads will approach the station and step on a platform that scans the bottom of their shoes. A huge monitor of everyone's scanned digital footprints, names, and model of sneaker will be displayed for the entirety of the convention. This is especially valuable to our hypebeasts because it helps them feel that they fit in with the rest of the community. Our second immersive tech is a series of AR mirrors that will be located in various locations around the convention center. Sneakerheads will walk up to these mirrors and can try on all different types of sneakers that have been registered on our website by other participants. Once they see a shoe they like, they can find out who owns it, go talk to them, and try to work out a trade. This addresses the issues all sneakerheads face of not being able to try on shoes, as many people we spoke with said they do not want to buy a sneaker or even like the way it looks until they see it on their own feet. Our third and final immersive tech is the customize your own sneaker activation. During free time, sneakerheads can head to the digital design table to create their very own shoe. This activation is especially valuable to our retired lurkers because they hate the hive mind behavior that hypebeasts exhibit surrounding sneaker design. Our transmedia experience at Kickin' Your Kicks truly is beautiful, unique, authentic, inspirational, and welcoming. Through our immersive experience, we strive to repair decades of tarnished relationships between hypebeasts and retired lurkers. Kickin' Your Kicks is unlike any other sneakercon of its time, fostering authentic conversations with a low barrier to entry and bringing the focus back to what really matters, the sneakers. That's all we've got from Kickin' Your Kicks Con. Thank you all so much for your time.
Okay, great. So those are the first two presentations we've had from South by Southwest Showcase and Kickin' Your Kicks. As they shared, these are two examples of our first course in the Texas Immersive Program, Audience Development and Engagement. So super cool to see these early explorers. We call them kind of like beginner, intermediate, and advanced explorers to start introducing and designing their experiences as they explore audience and experiences together. Okay, I think we're back. So welcome back. Hopefully you had a chance to connect with the students, and I was actually in the Kickin' Your Kicks, and it was an interesting conversation about kind of diving into more of the details of this event and the thought process behind it and how they thought about the audience, which was exciting. So hopefully those of you who were in South by Southwest had the same opportunity to really get to know the students. And just remember, they're early explorers, so they're going to be around for a while. So if you have ideas or want to kind of come and hang out with us, you just let us know. So moving on, I'm going to pass this back to Olivia, and we're going to move to the next round of presentations.
All right, everybody. I hope those convos were good, and we're going to go ahead and move on to Disney+You with Madison. So Madison, if you want to go ahead and share your screen, make sure to share audio if you're sharing a video, and everyone please stay muted during the presentations.
Beautiful. Okay, so here we have Disney+You. My name is Madison Phelan. So back whenever I created this project in July, Disney+ was just entering the streaming service scene. And I figured in order to keep their subscribers entertained and engaged, especially as more subscription services are coming out, like Paramount Plus and amongst others, I wanted to create a tangible experience that will keep consumers engaged as Disney Plus continues to update their shows and offerings on the platform. And so I wanted to create, keep them entertained and engaged, so to compete against the competitors. So what is it? What is Disney+You? Disney+You is a VR experience partnered with a physical board game in order to create an immersive experience with Disney+ users. Basically, Disney+ subscribers will get a monthly subscription box that is themed with a specific Disney show or movie. And in that physical subscription box, they will receive a board game or some physical activation they can play with that will ultimately lead them into a virtual reality world where they can experience the world virtually of that show and with those characters. You will get a new box every month and it'll be different with different characters. It can be played with your family, it can be played by yourself. There's no age limit really because it's Disney. And it just provides a new way to experience Disney without having to leave your home, especially back in July with COVID-19 going on. It just like a lot of experiences were limited. So this helps bring Disney World almost inside your house. And so what is the point? Basically with Disney Plus has this opportunity and this world that's created around its stories. It has a physical Disney world people can go to, but Disney Plus brings that world to their home. In order to bring it outside of the television screen, outside of the computer screen, somebody can experience it and take a part of that experience with them and truly have a special moment with characters that they've grown up loving. And so I would like to display how it would go out. So for the first month, I've used Gravel. So you hear a knock on the door while sitting at home. You wonder who could it be? You pause your show that you're watching on Disney Plus in order to see what it is. When you open the door, no one is there. Then you look down and see a box addressed to you. You have received your very first own Disney+You box. And so for this experience, in this box, it is a themed box with the Disney Plus characters from Gravity Falls. There is Dipper, Uncle Stan, and then Zeus, and then their lovely friend. And basically on the back of the cards, there's a board game that the people who have received this can receive and play. And so how the game goes about is basically, it's a game of hide and seek. So Mabel is one of the best hide and seekers. And so they're trying to figure out where she is. So for the sake of rolling the die, you would go to a number generator and you can go between -3 and 3 spaces. And so you would move along the board and pick a hiding spot. You can't tell your friends and you can't tell where they are, but basically you have to guess whenever you land, say on Uncle Stan's chair, you're like, say Erin. I'm like, Erin, are you hiding there? And she can say yes or no. And if it's no, I'll have to try to find out where she is.
Always hiding. I'm always hiding.
Yes. And so whenever everyone has been found, you would scan Mabel's scrapbook and it will take you to the virtual world of the Mystery Shack. And so basically Mabel has made copies of herself and you don't know where the real Mabel is. So you have to navigate around the virtual world in order to find her. So you can walk inside a Mystery Shack and then see which one is the right Mabel. And so if you go to one, just like, silly, I'm not the real Mabel. And you can go through a series of characters and they're going to say, I'm not the real one, sorry. But then you finally can find her in one of the spots in the virtual world. And then whenever you click on Mabel, the real one, you have been able to download a virtual digital scrapbook. And basically throughout all your experiences every month, you will have a photo corresponding to that experience that goes into your digital scrapbook that you can ultimately print out and keep with you. And this all goes into say basically that you can also take this virtual experience and bring it back to the physical world by printing it out and taking it and playing with it and looking back on these experiences whenever you feel nostalgic or if you want to play again. And so, yeah, basically, if that is the end of the presentation, and thank you so much for listening. And if you would like to test it out, if you have not already, I can link it in the chat. Thank you so much for your time.
Awesome. Great job, Madison. Everyone give Madison a virtual round of applause. And we're going to go ahead and move along forward with Be a Longhorn campaign. So Be a Longhorn campaign, go ahead and take it away, and be sure to share audio, and everyone else, please stay muted during the presentation.
Okay, since I'm in charge of this one to start off, I just have to say really quick that Madison's presentation is from Immersive Hack Lab, which is an extra class that's part of Texas Immersive. So she spent 5 weeks over last summer really working on that and building out the whole entire Mozilla Hubs experience. So I really encourage you to go to the website and check it out. Okay, now I'll jump into UT admissions. So so this is pretty exciting because I want to make sure you guys realize this is the first time we are launching publicly the UT Admissions Be a Longhorn campaign. And I am here to give you a little bit of history. So this project actually began in fall 2019's experimental storytelling class. So the semester right before we launched Texas Immersive, I was testing the waters with what would it look like if we brought real world clients into the classroom. And so I came close to home, and lucky for us, UT Admissions Welcome Center had just launched. And they came to us and said, we're hearing about your work in Immersive. Can we be your first client? It's like, yes. So their client brief was, they let us know they have over 70,000 visitors come to UT Austin a year. And so how could we, using immersive, building an immersive experience, engage prospective students and their families in a unique and novel way? While this started in experimental storytelling, it's really an example of how Texas Immersive extends into the lab, creating new relationships and opportunities for faculty, students, and industry to work together on real world projects. So I'm going to pass it to Armand Farsad, who is a Texas Immersive Explorer and was the lead writer and UX designer for Be a Longhorn. And he's going to walk you through the experience and introduce you to other key members of the UT Admissions project. So Armand, take it away.
Awesome. Thanks, Erin. So the first step of this campaign doesn't take place anywhere near campus, but rather at the prospective student's home. We brainstormed how to make a map mailer that students won't just throw into the trash with the rest of the mailers they get from like hundreds of universities. And so we implemented augmented reality and student-driven design to express UT Austin's story and culture in a more interactive light. And so here's a teaser of the final product.
There we go. Well, hey there, partner. My name's Bevo, and welcome to UT Austin. Come with me and I'll show you around. Tap on any of the buildings to discover more about UT Austin. Ouch, man. Vámonos, muchachos. Saturdays are game day. Make sure you come in energized and ready to scream. Oh, and hydrated. Let's get a move on. See yourself at UT. Now you choose between the different styles and accessories, and you can look like a Longhorn. Looking good. Looks good on you. Why don't you take a screenshot and send it to some of your friends? Well, that'll do it for now, but this was only a taste of what UT Austin has to offer. Thanks for letting me introduce you to UT. Go ahead and tap on this flying arrow.
So the map mailer was designed by our art director on this project, Rohitash Rao. So Rao will talk to us through his process when coming up with the look of the map.
Hello, everybody. First of all, I just want to say this was so much fun to work on, and I'm so happy that we all got to work together. And I also should just add, Armand was my former student who then became basically the creative director of this whole thing, writer, kind of creative of this whole thing. So suddenly he was my boss. So that was kind of fun. I will also say that Erin, just to give you a timeline again, Erin came to my office, which is also a weird thing to say now, but she came to my office in November of 2019 to give you an idea of how long ago this began. And it was a very different world in November of 2019. So the fact that she said, I want you to draw a map of the campus, I actually took it upon myself to walk out of the door of my office and with a pencil and a piece of paper and try to physically draw these buildings on a sketch pad to kind of figure out how I was going to map out the school. And because it was a project to get prospective students to come to UT, high school students basically, we wanted to talk to current students about what were the highlights of the campus that they wanted us, they felt were the most important places to highlight. So the specific buildings that were put into the map were because of the students that were currently at UT were the ones that they said these for them were the most important. And also because it was kind of more of a representation of what was out there, I wanted to make sure everyone knew that I still understood map making. So I put in the upper left-hand corner, just to scale for a real map, please consult the internet. So everyone wouldn't yell at me about how the fact that my map wasn't to scale in any way. It was really a way to get, again, you at home sitting there, your junior, senior in high school, and you wanted to kind of get a sense of what the UT campus was like. Just this is either printed out or you put your phone over your email of the map that comes to you, and you put your QR code, unlocks the animation, and boom, you get to tour the campus from the comfort of your living room. So the fact that this actually went into production during the pandemic, and we're in a place where people were probably going to most likely see this online and not obviously come to the campus, was just bizarre, weird timing. I just feel like it was such a weird timeline that when this thing kicked in was right around the time when the pandemic started to shut down the school. Anyways, I urge you to download the map, take a look for yourself, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, Armand.
No, awesome. Thanks, Ro. So then after that is the next step of the experience, which happens when prospective students finally make it to the 40 acres. Our client wanted a way to offer tours when the Welcome Center was closed. And so we developed an augmented reality tour of UT Austin led by Bevo that revolves around interactive storytelling. So prospective students are tasked to walk down Speedway, the heart of campus for UT Austin, searching for the spirit of UT. Their phones start black and white as the UT spirit goes missing. And as they learn more about the campus, the characters, and the core values of being a Longhorn, their environment goes back to full color. So here's an intro of the experience.
Well, hey there, partner. My name's Bevo. Let's take a walk so I can show you this beautiful campus. I'll be your guide. Whoa, well, what's going on here? Everything's turned black and white. Looks like UT Austin has lost its spirit. We gotta fix this. Look around and we'll find out what happened.
Now, before we dig into the narrative elements of the tour, we can't ignore just how challenging this was to build from a technical standpoint, all through WebAR and Eighth Wall. So Simone Coraz, our lead developer on the project, is going to talk through the process of building something this massive in scale.
Yeah, hi everyone. So first of all, thanks Roman for the intro. So first of all, if I want to say that if you want to describe challenge as an opportunity, I think here we had an immense opportunity to do something that hasn't really been done before, especially at an educational level. I want to, bring up to the table what technology we use. We use a technology called Eighth Wall, which is really what makes this possible. We have the University of Texas. I believe is the only educational license for this kind of technology, this wave AR technology. And to have that kind of educational license at the educational level, it provides sure, a lot of challenges, but also a lot of opportunity here, right? So we're in a sandbox where everything almost goes, right? Everything almost goes. And then we can see how far we can stretch this technology, especially because, we're not constrained by industrial constraints or things like that. The students just let their imagination go, and then it was like, okay, we'll see how it goes and we'll do it. So that's the good thing about this. So Wave AR, it gives us an entry point. It gives everybody with a phone access to this technology very quick, very easily. You just scan the QR code and things happen. And anyway, so the challenges. The challenges are that this project, like I said, hasn't really been done before at this scale. It's very, very ambitious. We have a lot of characters. It's and every character from a technical level, it puts a lot of it takes a lot of resources from your phone, right? So the biggest challenge was to manage all those resources, especially when you have a phone that is using the camera to make a superimposition of the character as he's walking through campus, as B was walking through campus, and then as he encounters all the characters. Then we have sound, we have GPS technology, which is used to detect the location of the user, so we can spawn the character where you're at and have an interaction with that. But I think when back to the idea of describing a challenge as an opportunity, I think this was a great opportunity to do something really cool, really fun, and to tell a story, right? And that to me was pretty much what also drew me into this project, the storytelling. And Mayor Man wants to talk more about the story, so I'll open the floor back to our man.
Hey, thanks, Simone. Yeah, so story-wise, the experience relies on 5 characters that students along with Bevo meet across the Speedway, and each character in the tour is based on real-life mascots of UT culture and represents a core value of being a Longhorn. So first is UT's lucky albino squirrel, Ace.
So talk to him and figure out what's going on. Ace, what are you doing here? A prank gone wrong at the tower? How do we fix this?
Right, and so Ace tasks us to find the spirit metals that make up the core values of being a Longhorn. And we find the spirit metals by opening up our map and looking at where the other characters are along the Speedway. One of those characters is BevoBot. This guy is based on AI chatbot that prospective students are likely to see if they ever visit UT Admissions website. And he represents the discovery core value, which speaks to Longhorn's need to expand knowledge and human understanding. So the game you play with BevoBot has to do with finding your style and tribe as a student totally foreign to UT.
BevoBot, what's your status? 97% charge. Launching doodle.exe. Hello, lifeform analysis. Analysis complete. Human.
Cool, and then after that, we then meet up with the bat. We found in our research that people coming to a new university are often uncertain about what there is to do around campus and how to meet with new people. So through chatting with the bat, students can choose the types of clubs that interest them, and Bevo will send them an email afterwards all about him.
Hey there, little fella.
Yo, what's cooking, Bevo?
Say, my friend's new in town. Got any tips to feeling right at home?
What you into, pal? Kung fu? Cheese making? Line dancing? Puppetry? Quidditch? We got 'em all.
Tap on what stuff tickles your fancy, and I can tell you all about them later.
And then we go to Domino, which is our campus cat, and he represents the core value of learning. So stuff like the libraries, and you played in an interactive memory game in order to capture the UT spirit through him.
Did you know UT has 12 gosh darn libraries? The Perry Castaneda libraries around here, otherwise known as the PCL. Hold on, you hear that purring? Hey Domino, we've been looking for the spirit metals that'll bring back UT Austin's spirit. Have you seen one around here?
Yes. I slipped into one of these books for safekeeping, but which one was it?
And if you haven't noticed yet, the color on campus has gotten stronger and stronger as we collected more of the medals and met with more of the characters. So finally we meet Hookem, our furry mascot, who sits next to Gregory Jim, so students learn about sports and recreational activities.
Hey Hookem, how's it going, bud? Looks like Hookem wants to practice his football skills. Why don't we help him out? Go ahead and throw the football to Hookem.
So once meeting with all the characters, we're still one core value short, which is the leadership core value of UT Austin. So students are tasked to be part of the story and dance with Bevo to get the spirit back.
I got it, buddy. The spirit of UT isn't just these medals. We need you. You're the missing piece. Come on, together we can do this. Now I'll guide you through each step with my beautiful singing voice. If you want to be a Longhorn, raise your hand. If you want to be a Longhorn, raise your hand. Fold this finger and then this finger too, and your thumb over both, and now you're done. Point.
Great. And then after we finish the AR tour, students are then sent a personalized email that shares all they've done throughout the tour, including the painting they drew with BevoBot and the clubs and organizations they picked out with the bat, as well as a summary of the spirit medals and the core values they represent. Now, after the tour, students can meet at the Welcome Center to play with our interactive photo booth, taking photos with all the characters they just met. I'm going to leave it to Corey Morgan, who's been working with the photo booth since its very beginning, to talk about the process.
There we go. So our AR photo booth has been with us from the very start of the project. One of our earliest insights in fall 2019 was that we needed a way to engage visitors in the Welcome Center. They were just sitting and looking at their phones, not really engaging with the content on the walls of the center. It was interesting, but it wasn't enough to motivate people to get up. So we developed the AR photo booth as an engaging interaction. When we debuted our prototype at the end of fall 2019, it was a hit straight away. And once our visitors were already up and moving, it was much easier for them to go and enjoy the rest of the Welcome Center and the content on the walls. As a touch point for learning more about the characters and mascots of UT Austin, it also engaged a lot of current students and administrators. I had a whole lot of fun taking pictures, so did everyone. So we're really excited to have this installed in the Welcome Center starting in early fall 2021. And you can all go and enjoy it, check it out, and tell Bevo howdy.
Well, thanks a ton for listening to our presentation, everyone. If you want to give either the map mailer or the AR tour a try, by all means, just scan the QR codes posted here. And I also believe Aaron has linked the map itself for you guys to screenshot. So if anyone has any questions about this year-long project, we'd be more than happy to answer them in breakout rooms coming up.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for presenting. That was awesome. Everyone give them a virtual round of applause. What a great presentation. So now we're going ahead and move straight on to the Yeti experience. So you guys can go ahead and take it away.
Awesome. Hi guys, how are y'all? Thank you guys for coming this afternoon. I'm going to share my screen really quick. So to start off, my name's Sarah Kruger.
And I'm Ansley Marquardt.
And this is a project that we worked on last semester called Yeti Into the Outdoors.
So this is a reimagined shopping experience. We built this in Unreal Engine, and it's a 3D web-based shopping adventure. And customers get to choose a virtual world which they get to enter, interact with items, and eventually purchase without ever leaving. And then our group members were Jackson Cobb, myself, Sarah Kruger, Taylor King, Daniela Quesada, and Tile.
So to start off with the experience, it starts off on like when you go onto the Yeti website all the way up to the front door after purchase. So this is just kind of like a 5-step of it. So you begin by entering the world, exploring, testing it out, and interacting with the products and also with our activities that we have, adding to the cart. And then when you add to the cart, you meet a park ranger. So everyone, after they choose a world and explore that world and add a product to their cart, they are like, with each world, they're taken to the same park ranger, and that park ranger helps them with their transaction. And so to begin with, like, the types of interactions, we have both interactions with the Yeti products and like either or an activity. So with the Yeti products, that's when you'd be able to like pack up one of the Yeti backpacks or open like one of the coolers, like the Yeti Tundra coolers. And then the activities are like roasting marshmallows by a fire or fly fishing. And then to begin, so these are our 4 worlds that we have. And today you're going to be seeing the campsite prototype. So we're going to have a campsite, a swamp, a lake, and mountains. And with each world, as I said earlier, the interactions are very like personalized and different to each one. And so here are the products that we have for each world, like designed for each world so far. And each product is really something that like would be used at a campsite or would be used at a lake. For example, like on the mountains, you can hike up the mountain while also like using the backpack and finding like a certain thing, or with the campsite, like sitting on the camp chair, or petting the dog that's on the Yeti dog bed. And so here's the packaging. So like I said earlier, it's like the experience goes all the way up to your front door when you first get it. So when you choose that world, you also receive it, like an after purchase, you'll receive a packaging that's personalized to the experience you went on. And then you'll also be receiving a sticker. And then Ansley's going to talk about the sticker more.
Yeah, so basically we designed these stickers to be custom to each world, but a factor of them is that you'll also get like a digital sticker that will act as a badge that'll show up on your Yeti account. And for each world that you explore or purchase in, you'll receive a sticker on your profile online, and then when you collect them all, you get a 15% off discount. This was to motivate people to come back. It was kind of a like incentive to keep exploring, keep going, keep interacting with us. And then I'll talk a little bit about development because that was what I worked on. So we used Unreal Engine and Blender to create this world, and then we packaged it in WebGL. We made it fully immersive, partially because of our target. We were targeting outdoor enthusiasts or explorers who really, enjoy the outdoors, really want to live, live boldly, lots of adrenaline. And we thought it would be a great solution to offer them the outdoors, but online via their shopping experience. And that's why we included so many worlds and choices. So for navigation, this is how to move around in the worlds. You'd use your arrow keys to walk around and approach items, interact, and then your mouse would act as how you look around. And we have a demo that will also preview that'll show more of that. And then in order to interact with the Yeti product and find out more information about it, you use your mouse to hover and it makes the product like light up, and then you can see pulled images directly from the Yeti website where it's information on each product. You can see the price and then add to cart. So this is our demo. We included realistic campsite sound effects. This is just a prototype, so you can't move around with your arrow keys, but you can look around with your mouse. And as you can see, when the mouse hovers over each product, it comes up with the information about the item. And then in a fully developed experience, you would be able to add it to cart, and we would have a like 3D rendered park ranger who would ultimately check you out, that you would be guided to at the end of your experience. And then this is a link if anyone wants to try it out. Sarah will put it in the chat, and it leads you to a Google Drive where you can download it. The way that we packaged it, it only works on a PC, so it will not open if you try to run it on anything else. But eventually, if we kept developing this project, it would end up being an in-browser experience. So yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. And I'm gonna put that into the chat right now.
Awesome. Great job, guys. That was really cool. Everyone give them a really virtual round of applause. So now, Erin, you can take it away with announcing the breakout rooms.
Great, thank you. So that wraps up our second round of presentations, and it never gets old for me. I might see them in the class, but I'm actually loving them all over again. So it's just been fantastic seeing it. Great job all around. So now you have a chance to actually go to another breakout room. Remember, it's your choice, so you can join one and leave it, use the law of 2 feet. If in the middle of it, you want to make sure you have time to actually go speak to another group, because there's 3 this time, feel free to do that. And all you have to do is, when you're on the breakout room and you pick a room, you can just like leave it and assign yourself to another one. So we'll be doing this for the next 20 minutes. Gives you a time to stretch your legs a little bit, and we'll come back and then move into the awards, which you don't want to miss. So enjoy the breakout. We were deep into the conversation, but we are back now, and I hope you guys had some time to get to know the different projects. We are in the last part of this, and now the goal is to present the Explorer Awards. So let me tell you a little bit about how this all came to be, and I'm going to introduce you to the judges. So before I introduce you to the judges, you might be wondering what the Texas Immersive Explorer Awards are. It's our first year, and we thought the students came to me and said, hey, maybe we should have an award. And I'm always like a yes, and let's do it. So I was like, okay, well, let's do these Texas Immersive Explorer Awards, but let's do it so that we prepare it where, as Immersive grows here at UT, and all the creative industries should get together, we can actually celebrate the kind of interactive and immersive communications that's outstanding for student and lab projects that are happening here. So the goal is, with the Explorer Awards, is at the end of each academic year, projects are going to be voted on by industry judges that bring together the best. And the Explorer Awards really encourage students to push outside of traditional methods of communication. So we're really going to look for the next generation of thinkers and problem solvers that will change the world. So let me introduce you to the judges. So I, of course, was like, okay, we're going to do this. I'm going to bring some of my favorite people together. And also, as a female creative director, I was like, I'm going to bring all female judges together, which I think is super important. And I think my students would appreciate that, because Moody is made up of a lot of females. So I reached out to Dr. Francesca Marie Smith, who is a consultant, designer, and thinker, whose work most broadly is on the experience of story. And her career has spanned a range of roles over the past 3 decades, from performance and creative development to scholarly analysis. She recently just received her PhD, so I like to call her Dr. Fresca, to explore the relationships between technologies or environments of storytelling and the experience of the audience. We've known each other a while. She was a research fellow at my last lab, and it's exciting to get her to return and start playing with Texas Immersive. We also have Lisa Bennett. So those of you who don't know Lisa Bennett, she is someone you want to know here at UT. She is the new executive director of the lab at the School of Advertising and PR, and I'm guarantee one of my partners in crime going forward here at UT. So Lisa has over 25 years of management experience, including 17 in the role of Chief Creative Officer at 3 different agencies. She's transformed agencies, reinvented brands, and led the creative charge on some of the world's most iconic brands. Her work is recognized with multiple Cannes Lions, D&D pencils, the Clio Awards Hall of Fame. She's also been on numerous international juries and lent a ton on how much I can improve these awards as we go forward. So thank you, Lisa, for participating. And last but not least, we have Ani Vardavarian, who I've known for a while, and was excited to have Ani come in and be part of the first Texas Immersive Fireside Chat with Disney. So Ani is an interactive producer, currently focused at bringing Disney properties to life in the second screen space. And she has spent her career at the intersection of storytelling, user experience, and technology to create immersive worlds that inspire imagination, creative play, and human connection. She's also a first-generation descendant of genocide and war survivors. So she is driven by her personal understanding of storytelling, not just as entertainment, but as a way of keeping cultural identity alive. And she's been a teacher in the past. So, you know, you got a little money. So please welcome these three judges to Texas Immersive. We hope that they continue to return year after year. And they have been with us listening and being part of the breakout rooms. Today, myself and Lisa are going to give 2 awards, and then you have to come back tomorrow. And Ani and Francesca will give 2 awards tomorrow. So shall we get to it, y'all? Have a little drum roll or something? Okay, so the first award we're giving is going to be the Explorers to Watch. So originally I had 2, but we ended up with 4 awards, which I'm totally excited about. And this Explorers to Watch really came about because we wanted to really recognize some of the, sorry, I have a dog. Some of the more beginner students, the students who are kicking off, who are starting their journey here at Texas Immersive, that really had solid concepts, possibly had some with prototypes, but they clearly had great technique and showed the possibility of becoming a fully fledged immersive experience. So we were looking at the brand was cohesive and well thought out, the prototype had a clear vision, the project leave the audience wanting more. And the concept was well thought out. So the winner is, let's do a drum roll. Man, we need this sound effect. Yeti Into the Doors. It was created for Accenture, Yeti Client in Experimental Storytelling Fall 2020 by graduate students Jackson Cobb, T. Lee, and undergraduate students Ainsley Marquette, Daniela Caseta, Taylor King, and Sarah Kruger.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So you are going to get an award, a certificate. We'll be sending them to you. And we look forward to following you further on your journey.
Thank you.
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, good work. Lisa, do you want to?
Okay, yeah, I'll take the next one. So, well, first of all, I just want to say it's been an honor to be a part of the first ever Texas Immersive Explorer Award jury, and a huge thanks to Aaron, not only for running a fantastic program, but for inviting the 3 of us to judge and get a peek behind the scenes, to be able to see the work that you've done. And then to hear you present so many of the ideas today was just a pleasure. So congratulations to all of you for some really, really impressive work. We did see a lot of great ideas this year. In fact, you should know we spent hours into the night trying to decide what to award because there were just so many, many strong ideas. But there was one idea in particular that not only embodies everything that Texas Immersive stands for, but it found a way to create a meaningful connection between the brand and its audience, no matter where they are. As we all know, that is more critical in today's environment than ever before. So it's really, really topical and culturally relevant. And so after a great deal of discussion, the jury decided this project is in a category all its own. That's why we created a new award and we decided to call it Connected Experiences. So let me just talk a little bit about that. We felt it was important to recognize this idea and all of those like it to come. We know there will be many more that follow similar approach that meet the criteria not only of immersing the audience, but connecting with them on a deeper level through a frictionless, engaging story. And this concept in particular uses a variety of storytelling techniques, It's beautifully designed. It has clear stories that are thoughtfully laid out. And importantly, it's fun. Personally, I could not stop doing this. Like I just kept wanting to go deeper and deeper. And in addition, and this is a really important piece, the connections made in this entry aren't just between the audience and the story. They are also between various groups, colleges, professionals, and they happened over the course of a year. I think I'm giving it away, right? There were a few individuals that served as connective tissue over the semesters. And in spite of handing the project off to various people and bringing new talent on board to contribute to it, the project remained a seamless, high quality, multifaceted, immersive experience. So all of the students, faculty, clients, and professionals that touched this project had a role in helping evolve it and improve it beyond the original concept. And they are all to be commended on this tremendous team effort. So without further ado, as a lifetime Longhorn myself, I am thrilled to announce that the first ever Connected Experience Award goes to the Be a Longhorn campaign, created for UT Admissions Welcome Center. So while this began as a concept for a guest experience with an AR photo booth prototype, as Erin said, in 2019, experimental storytelling, it extended to an independent study, immersive experience with two students, Jack Alford and Corey Morgan, in spring of 2020. But we are to commend Corey Morgan, Jack Alford, Armin Farsad, Daniel Kilu, Timothy, I'm going to butcher these names, Zawatowski, Logan Smith, of course, our industry experts, Jesse Easton, Matt Foltz, and then we have mentors as well, including Simone, Rowe, and of course, Erin. So congratulations to all of you on this much, much deserved award.
Thank you. We're Armand and Corey and are they here?
Yeah, Corey, you gotta
speech.
Gotta do the voice, Corey.
There
it is. There it is. That's all you need.
We would like the award taken by Corey and Bevo's voice.
Wow, this just breaks my gosh darn heart. Thank you all so much.
Fantastic. Great. So, okay, so this now it's, I thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. That's really exciting.
Thank you, Lisa.
It's kind of weird being on Zoom, man, versus actually like handing you the award, which actually would be this. Let's see if I have, I have the prototype.
Oh yeah, let's see that 3D printed award.
I think Logan needs to bring it, but here's the original
I have
prototype.
I have
we can't
the
see it.
shiny ones. Do you want to see
who
the
has
shiny,
one?
Yeah, do the shiny one, Logan.
It's a little hard to see over the camera. I'm very sorry. Oh, can I turn off my
Wow, that's
background?
cool.
Yeah,
That'll
now
be
stop
awesome.
sharing so we can see it big. If you stop
Oh,
sharing your
okay,
screen.
great. Boop. Get rid of that. And then let me get rid of my virtual background. There we go.
And everybody go to speaker view. You can see it. Oh, nice.
Thanks.
It even has a TXI in the middle. That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
Did you make that?
Yeah, so I designed this 3D model and I printed it. It's actually, there are more being printed over there. There's a whole slew of them. So
Because there's more tomorrow.
there's more. There's a few more. So yeah, congratulations. Y'all get a shiny trophy. It's pretty cool.
Great. So that wraps up. I think that wraps up. Thank you, Francesca and Lisa and Ani for judging, for making the Explorer Awards better than I could ever imagine, like really giving it a foundation that that I think actually can grow from here, which is exciting. And thanks to all the students that presented today. I mean, y'all did an amazing job. I can't tell you, I could cry, but I'm going to save it. I'm going to save it till I get off the phone because, you know, I'm not that sappy. But did I say phone? Are we on the internet? Whatever. But thank you so much. Now let's actually party.